Hey friends, Ash here, welcome back to Gents. Hope that you're doing well. So if you've ever looked at how many fragrances I have and thought to yourself, that guy's a psycho. It's not normal. Hobbies, sure. Collection, sure. But like, what the F is wrong with that dude? If you have ever thought that, don't worry. I've thought that too. And you don't actually need 52 bajillion fragrances to last you all year long. And today, I'm giving you a perfect rundown of 15 different scents that you can use all year. Most of these are the type of scent that you can actually use all 4 seasons. Some have a little bit more of a lean toward spring, summer, some a little bit more toward fall, winter. And that's just because people have different tastes and kind of gravitate toward different things, so I tried to work in something for everybody. All of these are gonna be linked in the description. Feel free to check them out down there. Let's begin. I'm also gonna do a giveaway in today's video, and I'll throw this little dude in there as well. It is a fragrance that will never see the light of day. I've got hundreds and hundreds of these different fragrances that didn't make the cut for my releases that I creatively directed, so I'll start giving some of these away to you guys so you can have something that's just like completely unknown. It's kind of cool if you like it. I mean, if you get it and you think it sucks, it's not as cool, but still kind of cool, maybe? I don't know. First fragrance, Guilty Love Edition, the new one. I have to specify that because there's also this one, or also lady versions like this one or this one. But I'm talking about this one. This one's a newer release. I think it smells fantastic. It's really classy, clean, easy to wear, has a nice kind of creamy aspect to it as well. In terms of the scent profile itself, the note breakdown, super similar to just YSL Myslf. Basically, the main difference is this has juniper off the top instead of citrus, but then as it dries down, amberfix and orange blossom are in here, just like Mysl. As I said, it's a little bit creamier compared to that scent, a little more density to it, but still just as wearable, great compliment puller. It smells fantastic, and you can wear it pretty much year round. And since I already mentioned this, we'll go with this one next. Mysl, but this is Myslf Absolute, the newer version of the fragrance. And Mysl is just crazy popular. In case for some reason you were unaware, yeah, YSL Mysl is one of the most popular men's fragrances in the world, especially in the United States. It's a top 5 bestseller, right up there with stuff like Eros, Aqua de Jo, and Bleu de Chanel. And his new version is just even better. The only real issue with this one, and it's not a massive issue, but the only real issue is that it's not crazy different from the original. So they introduce in here ginger off the top. It's gonna give it a little more brightness, a little bit more of a zingy punch when you first spray it on compared to the original. Also has cardamom in there, of course, citrus, orange blossom as it dries down, also patchouli in the base. So you just get a slightly different vibe, you know, tweaked and changed a little bit. And to me, it's a little more interesting. Ultra versatile, you can wear it whenever you want, but just be aware if you're looking for something that is a little more under the radar, it's probably not gonna be this. And I did not include Dior Sauvage in here, Dylan Blue, Bleu de Chanel, Dolce & Gabbana K, YSL Y. All of those you can use year round. For sure. I mean, they're blue fragrances. They're like the most well-known blue fragrances out there for the most part. So you can wear those year round. Don't get me wrong. Absolutely 100% easy mode. That is easy mode. You know, that's looking for cheat codes for your favorite game. That's going on to GTA and just inputting infinite money, you know? That's what that is. But it still works. Let's go mad cheap with this one. Armaf Très Nuit. Obviously, with this being an Armaf, it's a clone fragrance, and it's a clone of Green Irish Tweed by Creed, which also means it has some similarities to other fragrances out there that are kind of similar to Green Irish Tweed, stuff like Cool Water, for example. Cool Waters.
Hell yeah, bro. I love Cool Water, man.
I've always hated this bottle shape. It's just kind of weird to hold and spray. Not a big fan. But this is from the earlier years of Armaf, right? Back then, this was kind of cool-ish. It was like, whoa, they wrapped a fake leather belt around the triangle bottle. Cool. Huh? It still works. Well, my bottle technically expired like 5 years ago, but it still smells good. Store your bottles away from sunlight and heat. Yeah, banging. This one for the price point, really close to GIT. It's gonna get you very similar vibes. Green, fresh, clean, brisk, classy. It doesn't have that layered sweetness, which is really popular nowadays, but spring, summer, or really year round if you're in an air-conditioned environment, Stuff is perfect. And stuff like this is even more important nowadays with the rising prices of everything. Niche prices through the roof, designer prices raising up through the roof as well. Sometimes you just need a $20 cheapie to get you through the day. The next one I'm gonna run through super quick, and that's because it's one of my fragrances. So obviously I'm biased here. This one is South Slope. My bottle says Blue Ridge, but ignore that. It's called South Slope nowadays. This is just the closest bottle that I had of this. It's the same fragrance though. South Slope, the exact same thing. It's a little bit similar to YSL Y and how it comes across. So this is actually an easy mode fragrance. I've broken my own rules. Ultra clean, fresh, sweet. I've always loved this stuff. It's just a grab, spray, and go blue fragrance. That's basically what I made this for. Well, I didn't make it. I creatively directed it. Fabrice Pellegrin made it. But we won't count that as an official entry, so it's just... because I can't, it's bias, too much bias. Let's put this in there instead. Missoni Wave. Affordable, yes. Magnetic cap, yes. Gradient bottle, yes. There's a lot of yeses here. I like that. It smells similar to Versace Pour Homme or Chanel L'Homme Sport. I've always said this, it kind of falls in between the two. It's got a little more body to it than Versace Pour Homme, but it's not as creamy, not as heavy in the dry down as a L'Homme Sport, because that one with the Tonka gets a lot heavier as it dries down, comparatively speaking to this one. So like middle of summer, I'd rather wear this. The drawback with Missoni Wave is that Missoni has, for all intents and purposes, abandoned this. You can't really find it retail, which I know a lot of people are like, I don't care, I'm not buying it retail. What I mean though is, it's probably gonna be one of those ones that one day you go to check the price, you're like, oh, I'm gonna scoop up another bottle of Missoni Wave, and where'd it go? And then you realize, oh, the only place that has it is eBay, and it's like 150 bucks. I've seen that happen a bunch of times, and I'm not saying that's gonna happen like next week or anything, so don't like freak out. It'll probably be years from now, but it's just gonna be one of those things where one day that happens. Missoni, bring it back. Bring it back. Where are your fragrances at? I want these. Okay, the Pour Hommes. Let's go. The next one is an extremely strange looking bottle. You'll know it when you see it. But before we hop into that one, how about we hop into some codes? And there are a multitude of them, so take heed, take stock of these codes. And when you shop at any of these stores, use them and save yourself some money. Got a bunch of discounters there, have some niche retailers like Lucky Scent, Twisted Lily. Save yourself money, whether you're shopping niche, designer, or clone, or pay full retail. The next one is the Boner bottle, La Di Da. Or maybe it looks kind of like a wizard's tower or something like that. Like a miniaturized version of a wizard's tower in some sort of medieval fantasy setting. Or it could even be sci-fi. Let your imagination run free. What does this look like? This is a hybrid, a hybridization type of clone fragrance where it smells similar to a couple of things put together because we're stronger together. It smells similar to myself, so yeah, again, YSL Myslf, but mixed with Stronger With You intensely, kind of on the bottom end. Now, as I've always said, it leans closer to the Myslf side of things, that versatile, fresh side of things, but it also has a little more warmth, a little more sweetness to it than the original Myslf does, so it's giving you that sort of twist, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. It's probably something like 75% Myslf, 25% Stronger With You, or like 80-20 or something like that. But that little twist, it does keep things interesting. And of course, with it smelling similar to those fragrances, everybody loves it. Azzaro up next, the most wanted, but maybe not the one you're thinking of. It is actually this one, which is the most wanted intense, or the most wanted eau de toilette intense. And this is another one of those scents that is surprisingly extremely successful, like way more than you might expect. Atomizer, garbage. Have to point it out every time until Azzaro stops it. Stop it with the garbage atomizers. This thing sucks. It's like somebody trying to use the bathroom who has a messed up prostate and it's just not working. If that's you, then I'm sorry, man. I hope it gets better. Keep your chin up. Lavender, moss, liquor, so kind of a bouginess, and bergamot. Basically, that's your note breakdown. Done in a very modern way, trying to give you that clean feel to it while having a nice sweetness underneath. Does not really smell anything at all like the most wanted fragrances, so don't go into this thinking, oh, the Eau de Toilette Intense is going to be, you know, very similar to the original The Most Wanted or Le Parfum, only with a fresher lean to it, because that's not it at all. It actually smells a little bit closer to something like YSL Myslf. Do I have anything else down here that's also, okay, good, no. It's what happens when you go through and you're like, that's a good one, that one would work, this one would work too. They're all reproducing. What are you doing? Myself, keeping, the Myslf fragrances like rabbits. That said, it's not super close to YSL Myslf. You spray this side by side, it is quite different. It's just, you would wear it at similar times, similar places, stuff like that. It has a nice little green lean to it, oak moss there in the dry down in the base. Just an easygoing, modern, clean, classy, masculine, versatile scent. The next fragrance I would like to share with you is this one, Sculpture Parfum. This is by Nikos, and at the time that I bought this, I bought a tester, and it was from Joma Shop. It was like, I feel like 20 bucks, something like that. And I do apologize because at the time I bought it, I don't think anybody really cared about this, or not a whole lot of people. Obviously there were people that cared about it. There were people that bought it, wore it, loved it. But as word has gotten out a little bit, the price has crept up. So that sucks. This one is a clear evolution of the original Sculpture, which this right here for a long time was a cheapie that people loved, like a go-to cheapie. And I'm talking years and years ago. When I say that, I don't mean like 2 or 3 years ago. I mean like decades ago. But this one right here, it is taking that, it is moving it into a more modern direction, giving it more body, more depth, more complexity, to the point that this actually becomes an amazing alternative to something like Lafayette Street by Bond Number 9, or even Uden by Xerjov. Kind of like right in that style, right in that wheelhouse. For the price, this stuff still rules, even though they have marked it up at Joma Shop to like 40 bucks, which is still cheap. It's still cheap, but like, you know. Let's keep it cheap. Let's keep it cheap with the next one. This one right here, Rue Broca Theoreme. This is gonna give you that Bulgari Tiger vibe, you know, citrusy, fresh, nice sweetness to it. A little bit syrupy, but like a zingy syrup, you know? Not like a really heavy, like dense kind of dripping syrup, not like that. Just sugary, just a little sugary. Amber woods, musk, touch of spice in there. About 25 bucks nowadays, most discounters. Sometimes you might be able to find it even less. Do be aware that if you go some places like eBay, you might find this for like 60, even higher than that. Now I know the overwhelming majority of you watching are not going to eBay looking for this, right? Or really much of anything as far as fragrances goes. But just be aware, some places are gonna charge you double, even triple for this and some other inexpensive clone type fragrances. So never pay that. That doesn't just go for this, it goes for any clone fragrance, especially if they're brand new, because a lot of times you'll see on eBay, brand new fragrance, brand new clone fragrance hits eBay for like 80 bucks, 90 bucks, 100 bucks. Don't do it. Bros, we have to be classy. We have to wear Dior Homme Sport. Yes. Oh, nice. Exquisite. Another fresh one, but also a nice woody backbone to it. Nice modern feel, a little touch of spice in there. More citrus, obviously, than Dior Homme 2020, which keeps this one more wearable. And as I always harp on, do not think of this as a gym fragrance. I mean, yes, you can wear it to the gym if you want to, but this is an everyday fragrance, not just gym. One of my go-tos, Moncler Sunrise Pour Homme. Love this scent right here. One of those ones that, by and large, if we're just talking about like your average person, flies completely under the radar. Because we all know what the big sellers are in the US anyway, as far as what's going at retail. Sauvage, Bleu de Chanel, Acqua di Gio, Eros, myself. Moncler, no. Which I realize I'm saying that with like a heavy Americanized English accent, but you know, we're just rolling with it. Bergamot, pink pepper, sage, and suede, some of the notes in the scent here. This one easily year round, whenever you want. And it's kind of interesting because, you know, it's flirting with blue fragrance DNA, blue fragrance stylings. So you can compare bits and pieces of this fragrance with stuff like Sauvage or Bleu de Chanel or Absolute Ventus or even Explorer to an extent. But it doesn't actually smell like any of those. So if you put it side by side, you'll be like, oh yeah, it's like, you know, I'd wear it at the same times, but the fragrance itself is different. And that's what I love about this stuff. It gives me a very tried, tested, and true styling to it, but then the DNA itself is a little bit different. Maison Asrar Legacy up next. This one is a dupe of Blue Talisman. For me, really solid performance, basically year-round versatility once again. super fresh when you first spray it on without being too heavy-handed with the sweetness. Now there's definitely sweetness there, pear and ginger right off the top. It's just, it doesn't bash you over the head with that like clubbing type of sweetness. I guess I should have said it doesn't club you over the head with the clubbing sweetness. White florals as it dries down, musk, amber, vanilla. Just a great all-around scent, solid longevity, so it's gonna last you all day or evening. And the final clone in this video is gonna be Fierte Luna by French Avenue, which smells similar to Xerjov's Naxos. Now, of course, Naxos very well known as being a great tobacco fragrance, which it is. And you may hear that and go, well, tobacco fragrance, we probably can't really wear that anytime other than winter. But it has this great aromatic opening with lavender in there that makes it a little bit fresher than you might expect, especially when you first spray it on. Then as it dries down, more of that honeyed tobacco comes out. And it can smell amazing when it's warm outside, just don't spray as much. That's the key. You can actually wear just about anything whenever you want, within reason. That's really the trick with pretty much anything. You can wear fragrances whenever you want, especially if you're somewhere air conditioned. Just understand the fragrance, how it works off your skin, and how many sprays to do. If it's the middle of winter, that's a different environment than the middle of summer. Back to the designer realm, Paradise Garden. If you're after attention, the LeBeau line, crazy.
It will get you attention.
Like a lot. This one, Paradise Garden, has a nice fig in there, green kind of aquatic feel, which sounds weird. Green aquatics, like what? That sounds like swamp water, but that's not what it means. It's actually more just tropical, sugary, sweet with a little bit of a creamy coconut fig vibe. Smells great, people love it. And it does have enough push that you can wear that when it's a little cooler outside. Though I will say, if you're looking for one that leans a little bit heavier than this one, get the Le Parfum. Boss Bottled Beyond is the next one. This is a newer release, obviously, and this is just really, really classy. The fragrance itself has a little bit of a fruity type sweetness to it, even though I don't think there's officially a fruit in the fragrance as far as the note breakdown goes. It has a lot of ginger in there, so very zingy, has leather as it dries down, and also a very stripped back woodiness in the base. Could remind you a little bit of fragrances like Parfums de Marly's Castly. That one most closely, and also Ganymede to an extent, mainly because of how the leather comes across, the sort of minerality that it has. A little bit similar to that. Now, this is not the type of fragrance that's probably gonna blow a whole lot of people away right off the first spray. Like when you first spray it on, it's good, it's pleasant, but it's not that type of fragrance that the second you smell it, you're like, oh my God, I have to have it. It's more like you wear it and you go, oh, that's pretty nice. You wear it again and you like it a little more, you like it a little more. It's one of those ones that kind of grows into a staple, but it doesn't necessarily start that way. And the final fragrance before the giveaway is this one, Invictus Victory Absolute, which you might think, nah man, Absolute is crazy strong, fall and winter time only, which is it crazy strong? Yeah, it's pretty strong. Like you're getting some push here. You're getting great longevity, massive projection, so take that in mind. But I would say fall, winter, and spring, you can wear this pretty easily. During summer, you probably do want something a little fresher, but if you want to wear something that's a little more ambery, more vanilla forward, this one can work, and it can actually work a little better than Victory Elixir. And that's because this one has a really bright, fresh pop of pepper when you spray it on, along with all of those sweeter notes underneath. And a little bit goes a long way. So you can rock just a couple sprays of this during summer, again, assuming it's not like absolutely insane with crazy high humidity, then maybe go for something else. But you can still pull this off, and people do really like it. It does fly a little more under the radar because when it comes to Invictus Victory, most people are gonna be rocking the original or Victory Elixir and not that one. Giveaway time. So I'm gonna give one of you guys this right here. So if you don't know what this is a lab submission from a flavoring house. And when I say that, I mean stuff like Givaudan, Firmenich, stuff like that. So when you're working on a fragrance, they send you a lot of these different versions, different submissions, different fragrances based off of your brief that you've given them. So they're like, I think this could work, this could work, this could work, and they send it on to you. It did not get released, so this is not an official fragrance anywhere in the world other than right here. So this, and then also Fragrance World Imperial, throw that in there. Had to make sure it's the right one because the box is the same for a few different ones here. And then Minister of Oud, Strictly Oud. A little guy on top. So that'll be the giveaway. If you want to be entered in the giveaway, just let me know in the comments below. What is your go-to fragrance for a year-round scent? What do you like to wear like all year? I'll pick a winner with random comment picker, post it up on the post tab of the YouTube channel, usually the following month. If you're the winner, hit me up. I will ship those out to you. Thank you guys for hanging with me. Stay safe out there. Take care of yourselves. See you tomorrow with another fragrance video. See you guys.